A gunman opened fire to supermarkets in Boulder, Colorado on Monday, killing 10 people, including a police officer, before being arrested, marking the second deadly U.S. mass shooting in less than a week. Police gave few immediate details of the shooting and no known motive for the violence, which unfolded at about 3 p.m. at a King Soopers grocery store in Boulder, in north-central Colorado City, at the eastern foot of the Rockies, about 28 miles northwest of Denver. Boulder Police Chief Maurice Herold said 10 people perished in the attack at King Soopers grocery. Among them was 51-year-old police Eric Talley, an 11-year veteran of the Boulder Police Force, who she said was the first officer at the scene. Police said the suspected gunman was believed to be the only individual with serious injuries who survived the bloodshed. He was not publicly identified. Frantic shoppers and employees fled for cover through the supermarket as law enforcement officers swarmed the scene, located about 2 miles from the University of Colorado's flagship campus. A customer and Boulder residents who were in the store with her son, Nicholas, recounted scenes of pandemonium as gunfire rang out from inside the store. The bloodshed came less than a week after gun violence last Tuesday that left 8 people dead, including 6 Asian women, at 3 days past in and around Atlanta. A 21-year-old man has been charged with those killings. Video footage from the scene broadcast earlier by television stations showed a shirtless bearded man in a boxer shorts being led away from the store in handcuffs before he was placed on a stretcher and loaded into an ambulance. The man in custody appeared to have a bloody leg and was limping as he walked. Identities of the other 9 victims were not disclosed, as police were still notifying their family members. Del Hetty said it was too early to speculate on a motive and that the investigation involving local, state and federal agencies will take days. The attack in Boulder stunned a state that had seen several mass shootings, including the 1999 Columbian High School massacre and the 2012 Aurora movie theater shooting. Monday's mid-afternoon attack was the 7th mass killing this year in the U.S. following the March 16 shooting that left 8 people dead at 3 Atlanta area massage businesses.
As the world marks the International Meteorological Day on Tuesday, the public has been cautioned to take weather warnings seriously with the onset of the rainy season. This is because many suffer the ill effects of rainstorms as a result of being taken by surprise and not prepared for the sudden weather outburst. George Ayisi, the Director of Communications for the National Disaster Management Organization, told the media that while NADMO was ready to deal with any potential ill effects of the season, it was crucial for all to take full responsibility for their safety. He advised people to desilt drains within their respective communities in order to allow the free flow of water during heavy rains to minimize flooding and all its ill effects. Mr. Ayisi urged people staying in flood-prone areas to take life-saving measures, such as moving to safer places during the season or, if possible, do so when it begins to rain heavily. He also urged them to place items that could be destroyed by water, such as documents, safely, and remember to switch off all electrical gadgets during rains to prevent electrocution during contact with flooded waters. Mr. Ayisi said NADMO now had safe havens within respective communities where victims of flooding could seek temporary shelter, adding that respective communities should liaise with NADMO officers for such assistance when needed. The country is currently having its first and major rainy season of the year. While the season is of immense benefit during activities like farming, it was also characterized by ill effects such as flooding, which threatened life and property. Last week, President Akufo-Addo presented new vehicles and equipment for the Disaster Management Organization to enable it to discharge its operational duties effectively. World Meteorological Day takes place every year on 23rd March and commemorates the coming into force on 23rd March 1950 of the convention establishing the World Meteorological Organization. It showcases the essential contribution of national meteorological and hydrological services to the safety and well-being of society and is celebrated with activities around the world. The theme chosen for this year's commemoration is the ocean, our climate, our weather.
Work on the 39 million 3-tier interchange at Obiche-Bilamte Circle is progressing steadily. Last November, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo inaugurated the first phase of the Obiche-Bilamte interchange in Accra, 11 months after he had cut the sword for work to begin. The project, which is completed 5 months ahead of schedule, involved the construction of two 550-meter viaduct and ramps between the Graphic Road and the Dr. Buzia Highway. There's also a box culvert across the Graphic Road and the storm drain up to the Ring Road West Carriageway. The storm drain, which will help address the flooding challenges experienced at the previous Obiche-Bilamte Circle, will be continued up to the Mpamprom Junction under Phase 2 of the project. The project is being executed by Kuros Galvo UK International. Under Phase 2, the third tier of the interchange, which will be on the Ring Road West, will be constructed. Additional works to be undertaken include the widening of the Ring Road West into a 2x3 dual carriageway and the improvement of Dawudome Road underneath Teikudin Street. The construction of the interchange became necessary to eliminate one of the major bottlenecks on the Ring Road in Accra, congestion and improve traffic flow at the intersection in 4 major roads made up of the Graphic Road, the Kanishi Malam Road, Ring Road West towards the Nkrumah interchange, and Ring Road West extension towards Bosokai. There would also be an erection of an appropriate monument in memory of Emmanuel Odakwe Obiche-Bilamte, one of the big six of Ghana's independence struggles, after whom the interchange is named. Speaking to NET2 TV News at the project site, the Ablikuma Central Municipal Chief Engineer, Mr. Justice Abdonai, said drivers, car owners, passengers, traders and the inhabitants living around Kanishi, Odoko and along the Graphic Road have been relieved from flooding and traffic jams as a result of the construction of Obiche-Bi interchange.
Before this project came to being, here, Obiche-Bilamte, here was one of the places within Accra where we experience massive traffic when it comes to the rush hour in the morning, in the afternoon and throughout to the night. But when this project came, it has reduced drastically the traffic situation here. From Kandeshi to Accra, that's from when you are from Kaswa, Cape Coast, Takoradi, you go through this or you drive through this roundabout before you get to Accra. Now with this overpass, when you are driving from Kandeshi to Accra, it takes you less than 10 seconds to drive through this new overpass and link Graphic Road straight to Accra. At the same time, when you are from Kolebu, you have to go through this traffic before you get your way to Circle. Now, as we can all attest to the fact on grounds that after this project, there's no traffic again. As we are even granted this interview, we are in a rush hour, but you can see how the traffic is flowing smoothly without any hindrance.
According to him, the first phase of the project, which has been completed and commissioned by President Akufo-Addo, has eased a lot of congestion.
So as a municipal assembly, really the project has helped us because we take revenue, we take charge of here, and we always receive complaints about the traffic situation. This has been a relief, a big relief on us as an assembly.
NET2 TV News spoke to some inhabitants who were happy to see such a monumental project by the government.
I think the overhead has helped a little bit, but that's because of the second phase that they've started. That's what is causing some small bottleneck, which is making the traffic not to flow very well. But as to regards to flooding, I think so far we've not seen any serious flood around because of the gutter they've constructed. So far so good.
See, I had fine because first no bus circle. Me baby, I'm free. Me bus circle. Me fahanum most of the times. And I will do answer intersection. Be na ewa hase no. You can spend more than 5 minutes standing at a place. And some of the cars, no, emma kwan say ebi befa ne ho akọ because ebi obi go straight obi so far roundabout ne ho ntina aye basa na ahanso enye fe but say see ade we go circular from my end go circular mean the 15 minutes me do circle we do I say now it's like most of the people going are all going around the roundabout no because from Kaneshie corner omo create problem say omo fa to upon no menti aha no maye better.
And to me no say they are high na ye no okay because first say they na hatie no traffic nature wo a wona mo form no untimi nya kwan kwan no wetwam akọ to the other side no but omo ye ni say no ekwan ni dem utimi nya free a movie around na car ni tutimi contem into munya access to the other side of the road into to me say they are okay far better than previous days no.